Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. And it is that time again. That's right. It's time for another pregame video. We are less than 21 hours away from kickoff in Buffalo. Seattle Seahawks taking on the Bills, so we got to talk about it. First, as you guys may have noticed, I haven't been streaming the last several days. I usually don't miss that many days of streaming in a row, but it's obviously been pretty crazy in this country lately. And I was checking Twitter and Discord every 2 minutes basically. So I didn't want to run a stream under those circumstances because I would just be very distracted. But I will be streaming tonight. I don't know exactly what I'll be playing, but I will be streaming something. And we can talk about it. We can talk about this game. We can talk about the Seahawks. We can talk about the election. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But back to your regularly scheduled programming tonight. And obviously going forward, tomorrow we have a game. I'm going to be doing a post-game stream for that. You guys know how I do things. So, this game, what can we say about this game? Seahawks at Bills. You guys may remember that I have been kind of picking this game as a loss for a while. When I saw this game on the schedule in the preseason, or well, before the season started, I said, oh, that feels like a loss. It's going to be bad weather. We're going to be on the road. The Bills are a good team. They have a good defense. They're well coached. And I just kind of felt like this was a loss. And I want to say, I'm not ruling out that possibility. I don't rule out possibilities like that. The Bills are still a good team. I still think they have a good coach. But I no longer feel like this is a probable loss. The Bills have just not been playing good football lately. And I haven't seen them really show up and play the game that I thought they were going to be playing all season for about a month. So I am going to go ahead and say right off the bat, I'm currently expecting to win this game. I will not be shocked if we lose it, and I will also say this is one of the low value games for the Seahawks because it's outside the conference. So losing this game does not hurt nearly as much as losing to the Arizona Cardinals or obviously the Los Angeles Rams. That could be the one that ends up really hurting if we end up dropping that game. But let's go into it. Let's figure out what has changed with this Bills team since before the season when I thought they were going to be really good. So first, injury report. Not too much that is unexpected. Carson is out. That's the one thing that really surprises me because I was under the impression that he was this close to playing last week. So if they're saying that he was this close to playing last week, then I thought he was going to play this week. So now we have to worry a little bit that his injury was a little more severe than we may have thought if he can't play a week later. So I don't know what's going on with Carson. Not having him in this game is a blow because Buffalo's run defense has been pretty weak, especially lately. Mike Upati, we kind of thought he was going to be out. I don't know what's going on with Upati. He's probably got some severe injury that they're downplaying a little right now, but we just have to wait. I'm not surprised if he misses every game the rest of the year at this point, but we're just going to have to wait on Upati. Mayoa, no Shaq, not surprised about that. No Carlos Hyde, not surprised about that. And no Ugo Amadi, not surprised about that, but the secondary is still very undermanned. So as for Buffalo, the injuries of significance to them would be Matt Milano, who has gone on IR, one of their starting linebackers, and their run defense has already been weak. So I wish I could say that I had confidence we could attack their run defense, but with DJ Dallas and Travis Homer, maybe not. No Josh Norman. He's not that great of a player at this point, but he's obviously better than who's ever behind him, or else the guy behind him would be playing ahead of him. So that's significant. And center Mitch Morse, concussion, not going to play against the Seahawks. And then we don't know about guard Cody Ford, defensive end Daryl Johnston. It looks like they're going to play. Dawson Knox may or may not play. But despite these injury concerns, I'm feeling better about this game than I was even a month ago. Because a month ago, Buffalo was riding high. They had taken care of the Jets, the Dolphins. They had that weird game against the Rams that they pulled out. They beat the Raiders. They were 4-0. And since then, it's not like their overall level of performance has gotten that much worse, but it just hasn't resulted in as impressive of showings. They got blown out by the Titans. They got absolutely blasted by the Titans. They got beat decisively by Kansas City. They couldn't score a touchdown against the Jets, which is really embarrassing. They won that game, and then they won last week against the Patriots practice squad. So I don't know what's really going on with this Bills team right now. Their offense is not playing as explosively as it was to start the season. I remember early on, Josh Allen was one of the best QBs in the league at throwing it down the field, and we're just not seeing that right now. The sloppiness of the Bills has really caught me by surprise. They had a couple games in a row where they had double-digit penalties. I thought this was a very well-coached team by Sean McDermott. And Sean McDermott, I still think he's one of the best young coaches in the league, but it really hasn't manifested itself lately. I think they played very sloppy against the Titans and the Chiefs, just, off the top of my head. So, yeah, their offense just hasn't really performed up to snuff lately, and Josh Allen, who was an MVP candidate after 4 games, is nowhere near that list right now. So, I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this game, and I'm saying, even though we don't have our running backs, there is going to be rushing yards to gain against this Bills team, and I'm excited to be able to attack that. But that being said, even though this Bills team has played very well against the pass, even when they haven't been playing their best football, we cannot get away from what we do. We cannot get away from throwing the ball, letting Wilson cook, as they say, using Metcalf, using Lockett, using tight ends, using David Moore, using all of them to attack a pass defense that has played very well this season. Even against Kansas City, this Bills defense held up against the pass. They held Mahomes to 220 passing yards or so. They got run all over, but they were able to stop the Pat Mahomes passing attack. But I don't want us to get away from it. Strength on strength. If it has to be strength on strength, then so be it. The weather in Buffalo this weekend looks good. There should be no concern about rain or snow or wind or cold or none of that garbage, okay? None of that stuff matters, okay? Go out there with the game plan that won you the game against the 49ers, that won you the game against teams like the Falcons. Make sure you don't get away from what works. And that's one of the silver linings of not having Carson and Hyde. I wanted Carson and Hyde out there, don't get me wrong, but now we as a team know we have to survive via the passing attack, because I know Kansas City ran all over them, I know the Titans ran all over them, but you cannot expect to win a game where you let DJ Dallas and Travis Homer be the deciding factors. So that's the Bills defense. They're really good against the pass, but strength on strength, iron sharpens iron. Let's get it. Period. All right. As for the Bills' offense, they really haven't played well for a month, like I said. They squeezed out 24 points against New England. That's honestly been their best showing in a month. And that was a New England defense that isn't even that good this year, and quite frankly is not even playing with all their starters right now. They have problems. 18 against the Jets, which is embarrassing. 17 against the Chiefs, which also isn't very good. 16 against the Titans. I don't know what happened specifically, but I can say they haven't played well for a month. So we're getting some players back this week. We're all excited for Jamal Adams. We're all excited for Carlos Dunlap. Doesn't look like Snacks is getting called up yet. Not because of anything with Snacks, but because we feel like we don't need him yet, because we like the guys we have, which is really weird to me, because I was under the impression that Snacks was a lot better than the guys we were putting out there, like Brian Monet. And I like Monet, but I was under the impression that Snacks was going to be a significant upgrade over him. We'll see. So, at the end of the day, Josh Allen, very good QB. He's been impressing me a lot this year, more so in the first month than the second month, but he does make mistakes. He does make stupid plays. He does do careless things with the football, and that has borne itself out in the last month especially. He's thrown many inaccurate passes. He's taken chances he doesn't need to. He's made turnover-worthy plays. And what I need to see against this Bills team tomorrow is getting enough pressure on Josh Allen to force him to make those stupid mistakes. He will make them if you force them. He has a history of doing that. But if we don't get pressure on him, then it's not going to matter. It's not going to happen. So we need to get pressure on Josh Allen constantly in this game. And if we do that, I feel good. But if we don't, then you're going to see the problems with the secondary manifest itself, because we're down to the nub at cornerback. We are. We have Dunbar, who I like. I think Dunbar's playing very good football right now in general. I'm a big fan of the way Dunbar's playing football. We have DJ Reed, who I like, but he's no superstar. And then you have a couple other guys who are playing okay, like Trey Flowers. I want to give Trey Flowers a little bit of credit here. He played good against the 49ers, but these guys will not hold up against a very talented group of receivers in Diggs, Brown, and Beasley. Those guys are really good receivers. They're some of the better receivers in football. And if you do not get pressure on Josh Allen, this wounded secondary will not hold up. I can tell you that. So find a way to get pressure. If you have to do it like you did against the 49ers and blitz a bunch, then do that. If Dunlap is ready to go out there and just murder Josh Allen, then great. But I have a good feeling that we're going to find a way by hook or by crook to get pressure on Josh Allen this weekend, and that will result in a few turnovers, and that will result in a win. I'm no longer penciling this in as a loss. Buffalo just hasn't played well for a month. I can't say we're going to lose to Buffalo looking at the way Buffalo has played the last month. So they have the potential to play better than they've been playing. This is not a sure thing by any stretch of the imagination. To me, this should be a game where a few turnovers can flip it. So as long as we're not the team committing the turnovers, I think we're good. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Go Hawks. Like I said, stream tonight, stream tomorrow after this game. And yeah, good stuff. Peace out. Go Hawks. See y'all later.